Hi, and welcome to an Organized Chaos podcast. I'm Bobby Quarters. Chaos is here with me as well. We just wanted to thank you for watching.
Yes. Hey, Bobby.
And hey, and while you're here, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on YouTube as well as Chaos and the podcast channel, which all three of those channels will be streaming this very show you're about to watch. All these counselors start dropping dead, left and right. Heinous killings. Turns out, that kid who drowned the year before, his mother came back to that camp and exacted revenge. Save everyone we can.
I have a plan.
California anyway?
I was working.
Working where?
Beverly Hills.
Hey, Mikey.
Oh, you don't mind if I ask around a little bit, do you?
Don't do a damn thing. Stay out of this.
I just got off the phone with Inspector Todd in Detroit. He says if you're out here investigating the Tandino murder,
How you doing?
you needn't bother coming back.
You haven't the slightest idea who you're dealing with.
Cover me.
Police! You're all under arrest!
Now, please something to drink, a wine, a cocktail, espresso.
No, I'm fine, thank you.
I'll make it myself right back there with a little lemon twist. It's good.
Hello. Hold on. Let me. Bobby's here too. Hey, Bobby.
Hey, how's it going? Hey.
It's going.
All right, excellent.
And we got a decent show tonight. I saw you're congratulating me on my edit. That was mostly just me taking the trailer and editing little segments out of it, so YouTube shouldn't catch it.
Well, it was more
It does
so
look cool,
the
though.
destruction from Quiet Place Day 1 to Alien. Like, just
Yes.
smooth. Like, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, today we are covering two very intense, heart-pounding movies, and A Quiet Place Day 1.
Yeah, that is true.
No. We got some pretty solid movies this week. Some more solid than others, but we got Quiet Place Day 1, the prequel nobody asked for, but we got it, and then
Yeah.
the first Alien.
Pretty much.
Yeah, the first Alien, which fuck yeah, and then Beverly Hills Cop, which I want to say it's probably been about 10 years since I've seen either of those movies.
Let's see. It's probably been
It's
about
been a while though.
8 years since I've seen Alien.
Yeah.
And Beverly Hills Cop, maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Maybe 4. It's all
Yeah.
fairly recent.
I mean, they're classics for a reason, and we
Yeah.
can get into them a bit. I guess I guess we can roll right into it because the first movie is Quiet Place Day 1. Like I said, it's the prequel nobody asked for, but we got it. I will say it could have been worse. I'd say it's probably not as good as the second one, but it's fine. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe this is a good movie for streaming, but that's about as far. I won't really say rush to a theater to see it for any reason.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
I had a quite talkative group in the theater when I went to go see it.
Mhm.
So, like, it was kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it was the movie itself was okay.
Yeah, it's
I still feel
fine.
the same way as I did last week. I really don't see the need for this to be a franchise
Yeah.
or anything like that. The story they told within it was fine. Nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that. I had no issues with anything in that. Like that's cool and all, but
Mhm.
just the only real complaint I have is just that there's a cat in there, and there's no way in hell that cat would be as calm as it was in that. In fact, you showed it in the opening.
Mhm.
The cat messing or like brushing up against some like costuming or something. Yeah, the cat would be more doing that stuff, like knocking glass shit off of tables and making a bunch of noise.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, but yeah, that's really my only complaint with the movie. I mean, I
Mhm.
don't think we needed it. I don't think it needs to be
Yeah.
a franchise.
Well, I mean, you could always argue that for any movie, but like, I really feel that with the Quiet Place franchise.
I do
In fact,
too. The second one was
um,
okay. Like it was
yeah.
alright. I just
Yeah, like,
didn't think
and
it
I'm saying
was
that
done
with none
fine
of these
with
being
just the first
true
one.
missteps. No.
Yeah, I just thought that they told the story perfectly well with the first one, and
Yes,
there wasn't much
exactly.
else to say.
And I will say, like, okay, so this one stars Lupita Nyong'o as Sam, and she's a stage 4 cancer patient. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I mean, stage 4 cancer is a big thing you need to know. She's terminal. She's in hospice. She's not going to make it much longer.
Yeah,
And a little like that trailer was kind of misleading how they edit. It wasn't me editing that. That was how they edited it. Where it's like we need to get as many people to safety as possible because that's not what the story's about.
no, not at all.
She's
Not
a
at
cancer patient, so like there are people trying to get to safety, and she just decides, you know what, I'm gonna go get some pizza.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And there's something kind of nice about that. And there was a moment early on in the movie where I was like, oh, maybe this will be like the first one. And they're going to use these sound aliens to kind of tell a different type of story and explore a different aspect of kind of like humanity and mortality and stuff like that. And they don't really.
No.
Yeah. And if you're looking for more exploration of the sound creatures, since this has just become the sound alien franchise, no, nothing of that either.
They came to Earth.
Yes, which we saw in the second one, and we could have figured out from the first one.
Mhm.
The second one at least established they can't swim, and then this one doesn't even add to that, which
Just that was already information known,
yeah.
but just not mass communicated. Not even
Mhm.
use code. Or,
I mean, it is kind of, I don't know. Like, I want to stress, I think Lupita Nyong'o and then Joseph Quinn, who plays Eric, who I recognized him in this movie, but until I like looked it up later, I was like, oh shit, he's
oh, you didn't recognize that immediately?
I did not, but like
I
Stranger
guess I
Things,
just
I am
watched-
blanking on the name.
I guess
Who's the name of his character?
Fan favorite
Yeah, from only one
season.
season.
Of the last
Yeah.
season, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I think would have helped out if all of it just a master puppet solo.
True. That was epic.
Yeah, he's that guy. Eddie.
Eddie. Yes, Eddie. Yes. Thank you, Troy. Yeah. Absolutely, Eddie. Yeah, I was blanking,
Yes.
but yeah. Well, he didn't have he had a completely different hairdo. I was about to say he didn't have any facial hair.
Oh, that was a wig,
Facial
Bob.
hair in,
Well,
Stranger
that was a
Things
wig.
either, so.
That was a wig, Bob.
Yes, he did. Yes, and no, really.
Yeah.
My illusions. So wait, he has really long hair, and they put short wig over him here.
Yeah. Yes, Robert. That's what he did.
That's how that works.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, you brought up the cat. So there was actually one scene, and you can tell when there's like CGI stuff happening versus actual practical effects. Because there was one scene where she was walking that cat through like a neighborhood, and that cat was actually freaking out. You could tell that cat was nervous. Like, what the fuck's going on? Because it was like a scene of just like destruction. And it's like, okay, so that must be that's a practical set. You can tell that cat is reacting like, whoa, what the fuck? Holy shit. But then, of course, there's that scene where it knocks to the bell and then the sound creature breaks through, and that cat is so fucking casual.
Not just meow.
Yeah, it's like
I was waiting for it, even an over-the-top sound effect.
Yeah.
But not like even one.
So it's like, okay, so you guys need to figure out, like, obviously, you can get the cat to react to stuff that's actually physically there. But yeah, you're not going to a CGI creature on its own is not going to get a reaction from the cat because the cat doesn't fucking know. Yeah. Again, like for a franchise that doesn't have any real missteps, I'm already getting a little burnt out on it. Like,
me too.
It's like I said, it's fine. I like Joseph Quinn and Lupita Nyong'o. I think they carry the movie quite well. The movie does drag for a bit because it's there's quite a bit where you're even wondering what exactly is like they're going to the pizza place, but it takes them a while to get there, and you're like, okay, and it's not 100% clear why exactly. I guess Eric kind of just is recruited by the cat and goes with her.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be about it.
He becomes the secondary, not the primary person, but the secondary.
Well, I do feel like the cat, like, and animals do this. I do feel like the cat just kind of adopted him and was like, okay, you come over here.
He's like, you are the second.
Yeah. I've chosen you. You stay here.
Yeah. Cats especially do that.
Yes, they do. Dogs will do that too, though. No.
Yeah, I think dogs just kind of blindly love everyone. Doesn't matter.
That is true. There's that.
Not a primary or a secondary, but cats. There's the primary human in the.
I'm not gonna lie. We've had more than one dog that just hangs out in our yard and just gets adopted because it's like, God damn it, you're gonna starve to death, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're just gonna hang out here until you start. Fine. Okay, I'll start feeding you.
Yeah, Chuck, I'm excited for him to play Johnny Storm too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm excited for that Fantastic Forecasting. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm also trying not to think about the Supreme Court ruling. That was
bullshit.
That was bad, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to think about anything mostly political from the past week, to be honest with you.
It's frustrating. It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
All right, work through the debate on stream. You guys can watch that.
I didn't watch that. I just watched that on my own, and that was
God damn it.
I wolf.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Just absolute fucking train wreck.
Yeah, I'll say just to veer into this real quickly.
Yeah.
The moment he said I'd never had sex with a porn star, I about pissed myself. Like that was just, oh my god.
Well, the whole debate was
a
Trump
traitor
lying. Everything he said was a lie, pretty much. And then Biden just struggling to get out talking points and remember his name.
Yeah. And almost everything Trump said looking like Vince McMahon when he just heard Stone Cold Steve Austin's music. Like, oh.
But yeah, I will say, Quiet Place Day One, better than the debate.
Yeah, better than debate. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But yeah, I guess I
even went out and spurged for like the the DX Digital X experience just to hear every little nuance in it, and that wasn't really money well spent. Like,
yeah. Well, it's a fairly quiet movie.
Yeah,
but
it's
the
fun.
sound is important.
They also forgot to turn down the house lights on us too. So like the first
that sucks.
5 minutes of the movie, just house lights are still on.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm just gonna like
that
we're all
very
just
distracting. Actually,
we're all just gonna go ahead with this. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So like that whole opening bit with the marionette, yeah. The whole group meeting, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the lights went off. They finally went off, and I think I was the only one. Just yay!
Mm-hmm. I guess. Do we want to head on over to Alien or? It's like it's fine. Like final ruling on this, it's fine. I don't know if I would recommend rush to the theater. Like, you're probably better just rewatching the first one. Frankly, don't watch any Quiet Place follow-ups. Just watch the first one. Not that the follow-ups are necessarily bad, but like, there's no point. Like, really, no point. It's just the sound Alien franchise, and I don't care.
I mean, we did get to watch that one drowned, and that was okay.
Yeah. No, there's some. Yeah. I think there's less alien deaths in this one than there is in the second one. Which okay.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I gotta refill my cup of water. I have way less than I thought I did. I will be right back.
Dude, you fucking slacker. Well, I actually left my tea in the kitchen, so I'll just have to go back and get it after stream.
We'll just take shits because I need water to talk.
Well, I'll be okay. I have water. I'm not gonna die.
Right.
I'm not.
I will be.
I can struggle, but you know what? While Bobby's walking away to get his drink, guys, I'm gonna need you guys to do me a big favor.
Oh, I'm Horace.
Ooh. I'm gonna need you guys to do me a big favor and hit that like button and subscribe. And if you've already hit that like button and subscribe on the channel you're watching, go to Organized Chaos Podcast channel. Hit that like button and subscribe. Go to Bobby Quarters channel. Hit that like button and subscribe. Hit all of them. Hit all of them. Do the what is it called? I don't know. But do all of them. Do all of them. We will be having a Shellcast / Initiative stream on Wednesday. Oh yeah, and I'm also getting comic book votes, seeing what people would like me to cover before I do my next stream. While we wait, I can actually pull those up fairly quickly.
Hi.
That's not why I meant to bring it up.
Organized chaos. Oh, what are you doing? We already did that.
So the current poll is X-Men book, and then I will be doing Superman book after podcast. So you can get in your votes. X-Men Blood Hunt Jubilees dominating this one, but maybe you and 20 other accounts want to shift the poll. But yes.
Is that on your main channel?
Yeah, it's on my main channel. Yeah. Ray for Alien?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Hey, Mikael. Alien. This is a classic, okay? That's all I have to say. It's just a classic. It's really good. Alien infects the War Doctor. War Doctor dies. It's very sad.
Oh, yeah. You had me for a loop there for a moment. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah. I'm talking about the 50th anniversary special. Pay attention.
That's right.
John Hurt is technically a doctor now. Um,
pfft. I just
so
added
yeah.
my vote. I just added my vote.
Ooh. So yeah, so Alien, the original Alien. This is just a really good atmospheric
Yeah, really.
horror
What can we
movie.
say about this movie that hasn't
Yeah.
already been said? I mean,
Um,
yeah, I forgot how great this
yeah.
does at building suspense throughout the whole thing. And even though, like, I know everything that's coming, I've seen this enough that I know everything, but it still just grips you, and
Mhm.
just, you're just sucked into the world.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, no, and I mean, I know the writers have come out since then, have talked about how essentially the alien was kind of meant to be kind of like a grape monster minus the G, um,
Mm-hmm.
which it is that fairly effectively and kind of terrifyingly. There's also other facts I've read about the movie. Apparently, the characters were essentially written to be like the reason why they all go by last names throughout the movie and they're never really identified by anything else is because they were written without any like genders or any like actual like features about them to really play a role. They was all just whoever best fits the role gets the job. And then the writer has actually said, even though they did that with that in mind, they did actually envision Ripley as a man originally, even though like they were fine with it being Sigourney Weaver. And frankly, yeah, this is just a freaking famous cast. I mean, Tom Skerritt is someone. Actually, you don't really see him around anymore, but he was still active in the 90s. I remember he was still active when I was a kid. And of course, you got MASH and stuff like that. John Hurt, of course, legend.
You
Yafayette
don't see him
Kato
around
was
much
pretty
anymore
big in the
because he's
80s.
90, Bob. Because he's
Huh?
90. You don't see him around much anymore because he's 90.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. He's like Gene Hackman. He is unbelievably retired. But apparently still living.
Good for him, though.
Yeah, absolutely good for him.
I'm like looking through his filmography right now.
Mhm.
He also played a very brief part in one of my favorite comedy movies,
Ooh, which one?
Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke. He played Cheech's.
What was he
cousin.
in that?
He played his cousin Strawberry, who has the Vietnam flashbacks. So like the right.
That's right.
There,
Oh my
yeah.
God, that's not what
You
I'm
say
saying.
nothing about his face, and he has that giant mark on his face.
That's right. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's the woman who snorts Ajax.
Yes, man. Well, that really hits you, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, or like, man, we need to think of a way to get you out of here. Just got it. It's like, great comedy if you've never seen it. Like, just hilarious. You don't even have to partake to appreciate the humor in it.
Mm-hmm. No, I like the first time I'd seen Up in Smoke, I had never partaked, and I enjoyed the shit out of it.
You just saw the humor. That was just funny.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, bringing it back to Alien, because there is quite a few other things to bring up. So, the Alien design by H.R. Geiger, while it has been like copied to death, it is iconic. There's a reason why they've copied it. It is a terrifying design.
It is, and that really goes with the grape idea.
Yeah.
Too, of just the shape of.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
This. Yeah, it had it like earlier we had mentioned how it did a great job of building suspense and tension in this, and
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm talking about Hellboy's dad. What?
But back to where I was at. It was Hellboy's dad.
Yeah.
Just their overall use of sound in this one in particular.
Oh,
I really love.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the first idea of just even the first time when Ripley blasts the thing out of the air duct where it just quietly getting into the seat, climbing into
Yeah.
the suit, like like I knew it was coming, but still, like I'm just, oh my gosh, just hurry it the hell up, girl.
Well, it's so well. It's very like it's slow, but it's not boring. Like
No,
things happen at a very deliberate pace in this movie.
the rate how everybody died, I kind of forgot.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah. I guess
how
if
quickly
this were to come out today, I have a feeling all the chuds would freak out because all the white men die first. Spoiler. Oh no.
and Ash being android would have been probably something that would have gotten them angry.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that, bro.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. We love our AI. Yeah.
Sure, it wouldn't do that.
Yeah. You know, AI is made by humans, right? And humans are fucking stupid, right?
Humans are also evil. Sometimes
Yes.
it's a deadly combination of the
Well,
two.
I mean, you know, we can talk about the grape aspect. There's also the anti-corporate aspect to this as well. Like essentially, like they're going home.
The anti-capitalist thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going home, and then they're essentially just these intergalactic miners, and they're going home.
They're pretty much independent contractors. Like,
yeah. And then the company says, "Hey, we're stopping your ship, and you need to investigate this." And they're like, "Well, we don't want to investigate." And the company says, "Well, guess what? If you don't investigate it, we aren't paying you a dime for the job you just did." And they're like, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah, we checked. Nothing
Like
there.
They just wanted to go home. And then
I also agree. The first time they say, I say we blast, we get the hell out of here, leave everything behind. Yes, 1,000% that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Ash is the one that votes that one down because Ash is the android, aka the company man.
Property. Property.
Yes, we will definitely explore more of that as well when we get to Aliens because, I mean, this is a franchise. It's about stuff just kind of like the original Quiet Place, with the difference being like the good sequel, I guess, singular. I'm trying to think of other good sequels in this.
Um,
But the good sequel is about stuff too. It just seeks different ideas.
I think 3 is underappreciated. And
well,
it could,
maybe
and if you want to dive, and if you want to dive into it, it could be a statement on the prison systems.
I could see that. And I think you mentioned like the director's cut of 3 is better. I've only seen.
I believe that is one of those that falls into that category. I know there's a short list of films like that. Like, you know, Donner's not obviously being one of them.
What was the other thing? I was brain farting because it was on Alien 3. The one thing I'll say about Alien 3 that I absolutely hate is the beginning where they just kill off Hicks.
John,
and, yeah. That drives me nuts. I like whenever I watch it, I have to try to put that one aside because it's like.
I agree. I agree. The first time I watched it royally pissed me off too. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And then, oh, great! He had to kill the kid too. That of course.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, just kill them both. We can't think of another thing to do with those characters.
Did the cat at least survive? Fuck.
Well, I think the cat is just left on the space station, unfortunately. But
I think
another movie with a cat that freaks out a bit.
That doesn't freak out one bit.
Yeah,
and that was practical effects.
Mm-hmm.
Like a cat being that calm, being stuck in a tube and not jumping out of it before it closed. Whole time that pod was closing, I was like, that fucking cat's gonna jump out of there, thinking this is a game. Like,
Maestro. I mean, are you talking about Covenant and Prometheus versus 3 and Resurrection? Like, I have my issues with Covenant and Prometheus. I would definitely put them above Resurrection. Like, that's no.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah, I would too.
And then 3, maybe I need to rewatch it. I remember being really bored, but maybe the director's cut will give me a new vision on it. And I like Prometheus. I will be honest. Prometheus definitely has some dumb stuff in my opinion, but like it's definitely a visual experience. Like that movie's more an experience than like.
We can at least agree that that AVP was just terrible.
Oh, dude, AVP was terrible, and I think the worst thing to feature aliens has to be AVP 2. Holy shit,
that one.
Fuck.
It was a cash grab, and it had a good cast too. That's the terrible part. Like Walton Goggins, for fuck's sakes, and he played a slimy shit in that movie.
But yeah,
yeah,
I know. Also, I think the Chuds would probably freak out because Ripley was right in this movie. Like when they're coming back and John Hurt,
fucking time,
yeah, she's constantly doing the base takes. Like John Hurt's coming back, he's infected. It's Dallas and Lambert and John Hurt who's infected, and she's like, "You guys have to seal off quarantine." And Dallas is saying, "No, we need to take him to the infirmary." And she's like, procedure.
He has a parasite
24 hours. We need to make sure
a living
he's safe.
organism on him. We know.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. No, we have. And of course, Ash is the one that decides to let him in because she actually tells Captain, "No, you're sitting out there. You're waiting this out in quarantine." She's literally, shutting down his orders over it.
And if they didn't have Ash, true, we would have lost both of them. But no alien on the ship.
Mm-hmm. No, like if that happens, what probably would have happened in quarantine is that alien would have implanted him, and hopefully they won't have been smart enough to open the external door to let that alien out.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but in that moment, the only ones of risk would have been Dallas and Lambert if they stayed in that quarantine. But nope, they had to expose the whole ship. So Ripley and Lambert and Brett and Yaphet Kotto. What was his character's name? Parker. And I'm not counting Ash because he brought it on himself. He's a corporate robot.
No, and I'm happy when
he deserved to die.
Yeah. He deserved to get his fucking head knocked off clean in one shot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the practical effects on this are fantastic. Like the chest popper. Oh, that still stands up really fucking
still looks
good.
really good today.
Yeah.
It's another thing. I know it's coming. Like I knew it was coming the whole time, and I'm just okay. Come on.
Well, I mean, part of the fun of this one for me is that my daughter, I don't think she could have ever seen this before, but she knows of it. So it was her first time sitting down and watching it. So I could kind of like somewhat get the first time experience through having her watch it, which is kind of fun. She enjoyed it, by the way.
How was this scene?
Oh, she thought like, especially when I kind of explained like the grape analogy, she was like, "Oh, I get that. That's terrifying. That's cool."
Yeah.
And I think too, like I'm sure she knew this to a degree because like this scene has been played out in pop culture in many different incarnations already.
Much.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
This is probably a well-known fact. You probably already know this, but like, I think the only, yes, mine too, Chuck. But when filming this, I think the only people who knew were Ridley and John in the special effects team.
No, well, yeah.
So none of the actors,
none
of the actors had the idea that this was going to happen.
I guess they could have moved him away because John would have had to be set up with a whole prosthetic chest and stuff like that. But it's possible they moved him out and then just moved him back in to film the rest of the scene when the alien actually does the thing.
Yeah, they just knew that he was going to convulse with chest pain. They didn't realize a burster was going to come out. So at that one actress's, her scream, like when it hits, real.
Yeah.
Real. And that's what they wanted. So, and I think that's great when, they get a genuine reaction like that.
Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah, the Brett death. Oh yeah, there's that scene where Brett dies, and then Parker's describing the alien, despite the fact that Parker hasn't seen it, and it depends on what version you watch. Because if you watch the theatrical cut, you're like, wait, Parker wasn't there. How do you see it? But if you watch the extended cut, you will see Parker comes in at the last minute and sees essentially Brett lifted away by the alien. So Parker does see the alien. And it is weird because it just takes us a second. I mean, I assume they cut it in theatrical for time, but it does feel a little inconsistent how Parker suddenly has seen it, despite the fact that we haven't seen him see it. Yeah, the egg. Oh God. And they go into like they really have fun with it in Prometheus, but when they go into the alien ship and you just see that giant fucking alien, I wonder if that's in here.
It's like one of the most
giant
iconic
alien
shots
skeleton.
From it should be, yeah.
It's one of those more iconic shots, I would think so. But yeah, oh yeah, that was it. The giant alien. You aren't seeing the humans next to it, but wait, that is a human next to it right there. So that's a human standing up next to that thing.
It's like an old queen.
Freaky.
That's freaking huge, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So you know how Universal has those like living sets and like some of those theme parks do? I would want one of this because that would just be just so cool to just stand next to, be like, holy shit.
Yeah, I would do that. Yeah. Yeah, this is iconic. I will say, like, I guess I'll rewatch it because it's been a while since I've seen the sequel. I remember liking the sequel more, but this one's classic too. Oh yeah, the acid for blood thing was always fucking terrifying because it's like, how the fuck do you hurt it? Like, you're on a spaceship. If you get too many holes, you're dead.
Yeah.
I think when they
like
cut it burned through 3 decks.
Yeah, if you're on a lower deck, just working.
Yeah. So an alien that will kill you savagely, and if you hurt it too much, you die.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. Now I see the chest purple. It looks fantastic right there. And Decapitate Ash. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a classic movie. Great cast. I've already commented on the cast, but yeah. I don't really have too much to say that I like, else to say other than I really love this movie. It's a classic.
Yeah.
Love Ridley Scott's best, I would definitely argue.
Yeah, I'll agree to that. I am excited for the newer one that's coming out.
I know the trailers look all right.
They look all right and not like dumb, like bad, like how Covenant kind of looked like a half-assed rehash. But it had too much of a Jurassic Park feel to me.
I remember liking Covenant, but like I saw it in the theater and then I've never picked it up. I mean, at least Prometheus I've seen a couple of times. Covenant I've literally saw once and just kind of forgot.
What's the other one that's like the sequel to Prometheus?
That is Covenant.
Is it? No, there's one that has the alien title with it.
Yeah, Alien. Yeah, it's called Alien Covenant.
Okay, I must be getting my canons confused.
Yeah, it's a little bit wonky because, like, I don't think it's what Ridley Scott planned for the sequel, but obviously the studio wanted something with more aliens in it, so they did Alien Covenant. Like I said, I remember enjoying Covenant. The one thing I do remember really annoying me about Covenant was how obvious the twist ending was. If you've seen Covenant, you know what it is. It's like, yeah, you could have telegraphed that. Like, I knew it like 30 minutes into the movie. Come on. The twist would have been if they don't do that. Oh, we're just getting some artwork now. But yeah, great movie. Anything you want to add, Bobby, or should we go to Beverly Hills Cop?
Let's go to Beverly Hills Cop. Man, you realize how close we were to like watching 2 movies with Paul Reiser within the same week?
Yeah, we got close. We're not quite there. We got 2 movies with cats though. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Beverly Hills Cop. This one, it does have Paul Reiser in a very brief role, actually. He's like his buddy Jeffrey in Detroit. And then like he's there for a few minutes. Memorable role. Like it's actually pretty funny when I always remember Jeffrey standing behind Axel as the chief is yelling at him and the chief saying, "You shut up, Jeffrey," and Jeffrey going, "This is not my locker." It's like it's like completely believable. I believe that you just stumbled over there. Yeah, so what is there to say about Beverly Hills Cop? This is a good combination of a lot of genres. Comedy, obviously, action, obviously, music video, strangely enough, because there's a couple music videos in here and it kind of works for the atmosphere. I don't know how else to describe it. It does its job.
Yeah.
This was obviously built as a vehicle for Eddie Murphy to
absolutely an Eddie Murphy vehicle just for him to do his thing.
Yeah, and he does do his thing, and it's pretty funny. Martin Brest is the director. He does a decent job, especially interweaving all the different genres. Essentially, this is one of those movies I kind of grew up on a lot as a kid, and I've seen the sequels. Although I think I've only seen the third one once. It was really, really bad, and the second one's not great either. But it's better than the third one, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Bobby, what are your thoughts on this one?
I really enjoy this movie. This is definitely is a classic, but it's also one that is a classic for a reason. It has a lot of funny stuff in it. Still funny stuff today. Not too much that's like a lot of these comedies from the 80s, sometimes they kind of age like milk.
Yeah.
But I didn't really notice anything that was like, could have been taken too out of horrible context in this one.
No. It's mostly pretty funny. Yeah, I mean there is kind of the gay thing there. Although, I don't know. It is
that scene. Yeah, that's still kind of funny to this day, yeah.
Yeah, because he's implying that Victor Maitland was
bad guy
hooking up with him, and yeah. The banana in the tailpipe. Eddie Murphy, there's that one. I don't have the scene clip. Maybe I should have clipped it, but there's that one cop who's like, "We aren't going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe," and I swear to God, Eddie Murphy mimics that. He's like, "Oh, you aren't going to fall for banana in the tailpipe," and I wish I clipped it because in that moment, it's like he's doing a perfect Ben Shapiro.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Ben Shapiro before Ben Shapiro was a thing. It's like Eddie Murphy's calling you.
He was for calling.
But so essentially, if you don't know, oh God, there's got to be a picture. Okay, there's kind of a picture of him. Let me see if I can get a better picture. But there was one person who popped up in here because I remember Bronson Pinchot's in it. I remember Damon Wayans has that brief cameo. There's one person I didn't remember being in this movie. It's probably just because I haven't seen it for a little bit. There he is.
Oh, Mike from Breaking Bad.
Mike from Breaking Bad. Yeah.
I remember
he's
that.
so young.
Yeah, he had hair.
Yes, that had color.
Yeah.
If you're one of the 5 people who hasn't seen this, and if you haven't seen this, I recommend it. It's a fun movie. It is just a fun movie.
It balances the action and comedy very well.
Yeah, really well. Because when it does action, it's pretty dark and it's pretty intense. But when it does comedy, it's pretty funny. And it doesn't you don't get tonal. You don't feel the tonal shifts. It feels natural. But anyways, Eddie Murphy is a cop in Detroit. He does insane antics as we see in the very first intro. The cop, the chief is always pissed at him, but thinks he has potential, so keeps on giving him a chance. And then Eddie Murphy, aka Axel Foley, goes home. His buddy is there, and he hasn't seen his buddy for years. His buddy just got out of prison. and he's got some bonds that are obviously illegal. And Axel's like, I don't want to like know the details. Let's just go out and get a drink. And they go out and get a drink, and you find out that essentially the buddy went to prison because they were stealing cars, and you know, he never ratted Axel out. So like you understand why Axel has like a loyalty to him. But anyways, when they get back from the bar, and I also want to add, like, that bar scene, like, it feels natural, but it carries a lot of the movie. Like, a lot of the emotional attachment Axel has and why he is willing to go as far as he does for his friend makes sense. You know, even as a cop who's defending a friend who is a criminal, you get it in that scene. That scene sells it. But anyways, as they get home from the bar, they're visited from Mike from Breaking Bad and another thug. They're knocked out before Axel can see either of them, and his friend is murdered. And then Axel decides he is going to go investigate. The chief says, if you go and investigate it, that's the end of your career. And Axel's like, okay, I'll just take a vacation. And of course, he takes his vacation and goes to investigate.
Yeah, he's on vacation.
And he does
he's not doing anything wrong.
Yeah. And he goes to Beverly Hills and he does all the shenanigans that like he was already doing in Detroit. He meets Judge Reinhold and what's the name of the other game? John Ashton, Taggart, and Rosewood. I mean, Judge Reinhold is playing the typical Judge Reinhold role that he would. I don't think he was really established at this point, so it was like this is the role that. This is probably another role that kind of established him as well, because this is kind of the Judge Reinhold role after this. But he does a good job with it, just like kind of like the nerdy, more by the book guy. But he means well. But also, strangely enough, he is also the one who is the most willing to help Axel when it comes to, and Taggart's way more resistant. And then Bronson Pinchot's there, and that's another. This movie, I think, has a lot of roles that kind of define the actors later. Because Bronson Pinchot's there, I think it's the first time I ever recall hearing of Bronson Pinchot, and then later he essentially did a sitcom where it's almost like this character again. Perfect Strangers?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and then like they always think of a reason to bring Serge back in the. I think he's been in the other movies. I think he's been. I think he was in ones.
2 and 3. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure he's going to be in 4 next week as well.
Probably.
Which I will say, looking at the trailers for 4, I will say I don't know what to think. There are moments in those trailers where I'm like, oh, this seems like it could be fun. Then moments where I'm like, maybe not. I mean,
this seems like it's just going to be a rehash of all the old jokes.
Well, that's the problem. So, I guess we aren't really covering them, so we can get into a bit of the history of 2 and 3. So, 2 is, if you watch 2, it's very much a rehash of this one, except everything's a bit more over the top. And then if you watch 3, it is not remotely a rehash.
No, it
is actually much, much worse.
It's toned down very much.
Not, well, the story behind that was that John Landis, essentially they made it because Eddie Murphy was able to get John Landis to direct it. And John Landis was excited because he'd never worked with Eddie Murphy before.
Yeah.
And when John Landis read the script, he was not particularly impressed. He was like, it seems kind of bland. But he also knew the other Beverly Hills Cop movies had a ton of Eddie Murphy improv, which when you watch this movie, you can see that. So he's like, okay, so like Eddie will just do some improv and, make it funnier. Eddie's a funny guy. I'm excited to work with him. So he's on the set, and then, they get to the first opportunity where there'd be improv. It's like when Eddie's supposed to get into the amusement park, and John Landis is just like, okay, so do some Axel Foley stuff to get into the amusement park. Eddie Murphy's response was, no, this is an older Axel Foley. He's not going to do those stunts anymore. And it's like, that's the gimmick, Eddie. I don't know what you're thinking.
I think this is where those rumors of Eddie was difficult to work with started from.
Yeah. And I kind of hope he kind of learned a bit from that, because I feel like Eddie, like if you've seen his 80s work, Eddie Murphy is a fucking talented guy.
Oh my God, yes.
Like this movie, I know for me, like it was like the trilogy of this, Coming to America, and Golden Child. And it wasn't until I was older I realized people don't like Golden Child, but I love Golden Child.
Trading Spaces. Trading Spaces.
Trading Places was another great one. And then his SNL stuff is great too.
And you just said it.
There was 48 Hours.
Coming to Africa. Or Coming to America.
Oh, Come to America, yes.
Yeah, Coming to
Which,
America.
by the way, actually had a
Trading
sequel
Places.
maybe like 5 years ago or something like that. That was
I didn't hear good
okay.
things.
It wasn't great, but it was okay.
Great things. Yeah.
It was like I was actually expecting like a train wreck, and it was entertaining. It's not anywhere near the original, but and I don't know. I think that's probably the best I could hope for Beverly Hills Cop 4 next week. Like,
yeah,
I'm not expecting anything great, but like, just be entertaining, please. If it's on the same level as Beverly Hills Cop 2, I'll probably be fine with it. Just never watched again. If it's better than that, then that'd be great. But please just don't be Beverly Hills Cop 3 again. Please, please, please.
No, I want it to take place in a theme park again.
Oh God. Well, I mean that idea, like you could do a lot of fun with it, but no.
Well, they did it. They did that. They've done movies like that before. I think there was like a Surf Ninjas movie or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or there was like there was one I know with Hulk Hogan where it was like Thunder Mountain or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where he played an actor as a bad guy there.
That seems familiar.
Yeah, it's something really bad.
Yeah. Well,
we should pick our favorite Hulk Hogan movie and watch it, Bob. My vote's for Suburban Commando.
Oh, we could do that. I've actually never actually sat down and watched that, and Christopher Lloyd is kind of a legend in that. So
yes, he is.
I was just gonna say, Geek Prime. What I want to see Eddie Murphy from 1984 Beverly Hills Cop in that.
Did you see him do the Dolomite movie on Netflix?
Yes, that was actually good. I enjoyed that quite a bit.
And that was like, but I mean, he was playing the other comic Dolomite, who was as raunchy as that, but like that was like that level of humor that Eddie was willing to go and do again reminded me of like that old school Eddie Murphy, that raw stand-up Eddie Murphy. Yes.
Yeah. That was an excellent one. I do recommend that. And I'm kind of hoping I'm hoping for an R-rated movie, obviously, because I think Eddie's best in that rating. Yeah, and as I was saying to Geek Prime, I want 1984 Beverly Hills Cop Eddie Murphy there. I will take Coming to America 2 Eddie Murphy over Beverly Hills Cop 3 Eddie Murphy, but neither one is optimally what I want.
Chuck, man. God, it's been years since I've seen Akira. It has been years since I've watched that.
You know, I'm 99% sure I have Ghost in the Shell and on a nice steel book of that.
See, that's one I think like we should pick that one.
Yeah, we could cover that sometime.
It's like I don't think I've ever seen that one all the way through.
Oh, Ghost in the Shell is awesome.
Yeah, but I know I've seen Akira plenty of times.
Yeah, no, I've definitely seen both. Like I
mean, Adult Swim used to air. They used to air Akira all the time.
I have lots of blank spots when it comes to anime, but yeah, no, I've seen a lot of the big ones.
But I know they're both amazing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I will go ahead and say with my limited experience, my favorite is still and hasn't changed for a while. Princess Mononoke, fucking amazing movie. But yeah, Beverly Hills Cop, the original, just a fun movie. If you're looking at the movies we're talking about this week and you don't want a horror movie, this one is just fun. I can't think of a better way to describe it. Pretty much most any mood you're in, this will be fun. And here's different titles: Undetective, Sulutin, and Hollywood.
That's true.
Super Detective and Hollywood. Nice. I didn't know he was a super detective. That's just Beverly Hills Cop. Oh, okay. We're not even getting to alternate movie posters anymore. Let's see. Anything you want to add, Bobby?
No.
Oh,
That's a good one. Yeah. That I'm good for next week. Which next week I happen to have up right in front of me.
Nice. I know. I'm 99% sure the new Beverly Hills Cop 4 should be on there.
And we are also going to be watching the first Deadpool movie, as well as the first 4 episodes of House of the Dragon.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that House of the Dragon. That's too much. We're not gonna watch
the fuck we are. The fuck we are. I want these goddamn memes I've seen to make sense.
True. Yeah. No, I've seen some of the stuff. I'm like, what? Huh? Who?
So I didn't see the guy they're showing who was just hateable by week. It's like, I don't remember liking him in the first season. So what could he have possibly done to make people piss him off? Like to have people be pissed with him even more?
Yeah, no, I kind of wonder about that because I know in the first season people were trying to make out like he was actually like a secret hero, and I was like, he's kind of a dick the whole time, guys.
Dick.
I don't
like,
yeah,
really?
like I feel like it's a bit of Homelanderism going on where people were trying to be like, oh, Homelander's this nice middle ground character. No, he's not. He's a dick.
When do we get
pay attention? Boys, we'll be wrapping that up on July 22nd. I'll probably be watching episodes because I actually did go ahead and watch the 5th episode of Acolyte because everybody was talking about it and I had it partially spoiled already, so I dove in and
yeah, it's kind of been.
I will go ahead and say this, Bobby. If the rest of the series is like that 5th episode, then we got good stuff going ahead in that series because holy shit. Holy shit.
I will say this about the Star Wars series, though. They always start off rocky. And like I said, when they get going,
This one got going. Holy shit.
Because I've heard like a lot of the 5 is kind of almost like a lot of people's hot takes on Furiosa.
Mm-hmm.
Like that level of self-ownage. So
yeah.
Because like my complaint with it was I just didn't like them tampering with the lore in a way. But if they're gonna gratify it, then I think I'm okay with it because I have a feeling that's what they're doing.
Yeah, no, they definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to see how the series plays out.
Because how that ended, I was
something
kind of like, if they already have their own their own League of Knights, cool. Let's go into that some more.
Oh, they definitely have some fun with it. Oh,
all right.
But yeah, so that will be it for next week. Like I said, we got Shellcast coming up on Wednesday. We'll probably do some recording tomorrow, so there'll probably be some videos popping up on Actual Fandom's channel, or maybe my channel. Maybe I'll grab some recordings, as there was something I wanted us to cover. But yeah, there's content coming. Oh, and I will get I'm gonna get a stream segment put together for tomorrow, guys. So I'll cut that together tonight, and then the Doctor Who video will hopefully come out this weekend because that script's pretty solid. I'm enjoying it. So that's the stuff going forward. And comic book polls. Make sure to vote on the comic book polls in the community tab of Organized Chaos. Guys, like this stream no matter what channel you're on. Hit the like button, subscribe. Then go to the other channels, Organized Chaos Podcast and Bobby Quarters and the Organized Chaos main, whichever one you're on, go to the other two, like and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. You know,
yes.
It appreciate the fact that you can actually get honest thoughts on something that isn't just going for outrage clicks.
No.
God, we could probably get some serious hate if we decide to go outrage on Alien and Beverly Hills Cop.
We could.
This sucks.
But we'd have
Alien
to like
was broke. Alien. God,
it would take a lot of very
right on everything.
We'd have to take a lot of careful crafting and scripting. Like we'd have to work at that grift.
No, you're overthinking it because these guys don't carefully craft shit.
We could do it as a satire.
That's true. We could have some fun with it.
Then we'd actually be followed by those assholes.
Yeah. All right. But yes, that's the plan for next week. Anything you want to add, Bobby, before we sign out?
Just take care, everyone. Be
Yeah.
good to yourself and each other.
Yeah, party on and be excellent to each other. Maybe I should
Live
clip
long and
Bill and Ted
prosper.
for that. Yeah. And now I don't even know if we're live. It's awkward now. What do I do?
Just don't move.